Now, coming back into the current day, the pushback or the fears that everybody expresses are tariffs, it's the end of the global system, everything's going to break, it's recession, it's inflation. What is your mental framework for tariffs? What are they trying to do? Why? And what will be the likely outcomes?
So, at least for now, Raoul, it looks to me like they're actually expecting to get some revenue out of these tariffs.
That's right.
And that's a newcomer in a sense, because initially I thought that reciprocal tariffs would lead to some sort of race to the bottom, and the whole purpose of it would be to, create a race to the bottom. Because if you add reciprocal tariffs on Indian exports, they would have to get rid of their very, very high tariffs on U.S. imports, right? But as of now, it doesn't really look like that's the game plan. So I have to accept that I need to change my thesis a little bit here. And what we do know, Raoul, is that even though we ultimately end up only entertaining each other in the future, we'll still have to eat food that crosses a border. And I actually think it's a decent revenue source for the government to tax that banana moving from Nicaragua to the US.
I live in the Cayman Islands. We don't have taxes, but we have import duties, which are tariffs. Yes. The whole country here works on a 30% import duty-ish, depending what it is. Between books might be 0 and cars are 30%. But, everything you pay on import duty, it's all a tariff.
Yes. And, most of the so-called tax havens, they're orchestrated exactly as you mentioned here. Yeah. And the more digitized the economy becomes, the more important it will be to tax the few physical goods left. And, that's kind of why I'm...
Or you tax consumption of stuff.
Yes.
Because it's easier to capture, like VAT is very easy to capture versus capital gains tax and all the other more complicated things.
Yeah. And, let's see when we end up driving in robo-taxis and all of that. But to give you a piece of anecdotal evidence from Denmark, we tax cars. The VAT on cars was 180% when I bought my car. But you need a freaking car, right? So it's a very, very efficient way of taxing people. And it will become, on a relative basis, even more efficient as the economy becomes more and more digitized, because it's so difficult to tax digitization, basically.
And arguably, here in the Cayman Islands, it's so much easier not having to file tax returns, company accounts, capital gains tax, inheritance tax, any of these things, but you pay it through a eye-wateringly expensive supermarket or whatever you're bringing in, but that's based on consumption. So it's difficult for super low-income people, workers, but there's abilities for them to get supported. But beyond that, it does seem to work.
Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end. Look, if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button and check out the video here on the right-hand side. I'm sure you'll enjoy that one as well. And if you're ready for more, go to realvision.com/join. I'll see you there.